All right, say no more. Fair use YouTube. This is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe upon my copyright. Under Title 17 USC Section 107. Let's cook. All right, say no more. 9 Spiral. Let's cook. Let's cook. You know, this never gets old to me. I've been digging on the insane asylums for a minute now, and we're going to cook a little bit on the insane asylums, and we're going to look at some pictures, and we're going to draw conclusions, right? All right, man. You know, it's just so many of these things, right? These insane asylums. I mean, they were all over. More than, you know what I'm saying, than you can research. And so it's a lot to take in. And so I brought in some help, and we're going to cook with the Morgal or Morgali. What's happening, partner? Let's cook. Let me cook with you. Because like me, you probably love truth. Let's go.
And World's Fair, so-called temporary palaces built from hewn stone permanently, and of course all the insane asylums, which seem to have been built for like royalty or like the people who own royalty, right?
Right.
I mean, really, what's the point of building a mental institution in the Napa Valley in, say, 1875? Yeah, I mean, it is crazy out there in wine country, but according to the Napa Valley census data, there were only about 7,000 people living in the entire Napa Valley in 1870.
Who? 7,000. Only 7,000. But we have grand structures like this right here that they claim was built in the mid 1800s. Shit.
By 1880, the data shows a whopping 13,000 total people living in Napa Valley. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy out there in wine country, but according to the Napa Valley census data, there were only about 7,000 people living in the entire Napa Valley in 1870. By 1880, the same data shows a whopping 13,000 total population of the entire Napa Valley.
Wow.
Now, as I've worked on building schools designed to accommodate, 3,000 students or more, it seems unnecessary to build your nut house with the overkill grandeur and splendor as we see here.
I would have to agree. Wouldn't you agree? I'm talking to you watching this video. Wouldn't you agree? That's very rational, right? It's common sense. All of the above. All right, let's go.
Now, I will mention again, we're talking about a school that housed 3,000 students, not a town of 3,000. Of course, the town would have hundreds of thousands of people. But, you want to build a school for 3,000 people in a town of about 100,000, right? But when it comes to building nut houses in the 1800s, man, these guys were literally just all the way off the hook. All the way off the hook. Okay? What purpose does it meet to lock up insane people in just magnificent Gothic castles, built brand new just for them? And boy, are they castles, I'm telling you. According to the Oracle of Truth, Wikipedia, it said that the land site for this nut house was only sold to the state of California in 1872.
All right.
So within just 3 short years, this monster of a nut house was planned, the ground was graded, and everything was slapped up, no problemo, in just 3 short years. They claim that it was really built as an overflow hospital for another nearby nut house called Stockton Asylum.
Wow.
Now, Stockton wasn't even established as a city until 1850. However, they had their nut house up and ready for Hannibal Lecter the very next year in 1851.
No, huh? 1 year. Just 1 year. All right, then what did you build it out of? Chicken wire and plaster. Man, go ahead on, shit.
Now, it says on Wikipedia that the Stockton Nut House Hospital was overflowing with people reeling from mental problems as a result of, drumroll, the gold rush. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's what Wiki says. These people were going crazy from the gold rush. I mean, you know how discovering a bunch of free gold really drives most people bananas, right?
Right.
Good thing for my local mental asylum. They can take my mind off all this gold permanently. Maybe with a lobotomy? Hope not. But seriously, I mean, look at this Napa Valley Asylum, a very convenient 80 miles away to house their overflow. This sprawling Gothic castle was originally built for 500 beds, and now today has over 1,300 patients and over 2,300 employees. According to an article on CA or California.gov, they claim that the hospital was locking up some of their patients under what they call the Welfare and Institutions Code, Section 5150.
5150, which is still in place to this day. All right, let's cook. All right, Con. So, Mr. Paul Cook, this is his channel. Y'all check him out on YouTube. He does great work. Look here, man. So, you can look it up on Wikipedia. It was such a thing called the Lunatic Railway. I kid you not. The Lunatic Railway. We can't make this shit up. Let's go.
And this is where they'd got to. It looks like a church, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But the train would go there, and that's where they'd exit the train and get taken into the asylum through here. Very strange. Here's the entrance. And that'll take you directly straight into Childerton. And no one will be able to see you. And when you're getting off, you'll be strapped up like this. Or maybe something like this if you're a bit older, So it seems they used the railway for a heck of a lot of things. It was a very important part of technology back then to help deliver their satanic agendas. And this is saying, I wouldn't even put this around a bloody dog, you know? It's just disgusting how they treated people back then. And I honestly don't believe anyone's born with any mental implications at all. I just think through vaccinations and crap diet and all the metals put in people, that's why they're mentally not well these days.
Gone.
But I was looking at this picture in the hospital, and this little gadget caught my eye. I don't know what this was doing. It looked like some EMP machine, or whatever you call it. So I guess that someone would lay on there and just get blasted with electrolytes. Not electrolytes, electric.
Now, through my research, man, they was doing what they call electroshock therapy, which they still do to this day. And we're talking back then, getting prodded with those cattle things, right? That they shock the cattle with. Yo, man, you will not believe the shit that they was doing to these people. It is just fucking amazing. Wow. All right. Now we're rocking with the legendary John Levi. Y'all check him out on YouTube, man. I've been rocking with John Levi for a minute, man. Like I said, him and Captain Kurt, autodidactic These are pioneers in the mud flood game. All right. So let's get it, man. Let's get the drop from John Levi. And now he's going to dig on one in particular, which I think was the largest one, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, Mr. Levi, let's get it.
Here I would like to open up with an asylum.
Uh-huh.
Where could this be? I can only tell you where it is. I can't tell you who these men are. I can tell you the time period. 1877-ish. And where could this be? We could easily play What Is This Building? But it's too late for that. I've already told you it's an insane asylum. Just what one would design. If given all the resources in the world, one can clearly build whatever one wants to house these insane of the 1870s. And this is what they chose as a design. Looking very royal, overly elegant, and very old. Very old. Certainly not recent construction like the narrative will tell us. How many people could you pack into this place? This monstrosity. More, and even some more over here. This insane asylum is so large that until they built the Pentagon, the military Pentagon in Washington, D.C., this was the largest building in North America.
Oh, really? Okay. And we ask, simple questions, pertinent questions. Where are the people? I see 1, 2, 3 hijacks, right? The controllers, or whatever you want to call them. But we're going to get into it, man. There was some horrible things going on inside these insane asylums. And we're bringing it to the forefront. Let's rock.
Possibly even the world, but certainly North America, until they built the Pentagon. And I am suspect of the Pentagon seeming like an old star fort, rehashed. Why not? Everything else has been rehashed.
Everything else?
Including, in my opinion, this insane asylum. Where is this one? This one is located in the fine state of Ohio.
Ohio. And I'm going to tell you, man, they were all over the place. I mean, you had them ranging from sizes of the likes of, the White House, maybe even a little smaller. The thing is, we don't know what these buildings were, but we can speculate. Cribs, possibly. Whose cribs? Huh? Whose damn crib is this right here? Looking so magnificent, huh? Got some with the smoke coming out. What is that, man? Well, damn, if that's a chimney, man, it's the biggest chimney I ever seen. Shit. All right, let's rock.
The Columbus State Hospital, originally completed in 1838, destroyed by fire and rebuilt in 1877.
Destroyed by fire, huh? Okay, I ain't saying nothing. Let go.
Closed in the 80s, was listed as a historical place 6 years later, but ultimately the structure was demolished between 91 and 96, dragging it out. And here we can see her in 1900. There we go. Looking exactly like this photo. Nothing changed from the 70s to the 1900s. Full of tech, and this is not a cathedral. This is tech. Now, they could have easily turned this into a cathedral, and people would have said, of course, there's a cross up here, and one over here. But this is just a Columbus, Ohio insane asylum.
Right.
And we're told the largest building in North America until the Pentagon was constructed. So how many people did they need to pack into this baby? Of course, I don't believe this narrative for 1 second.
Not at all.
This is absolutely not a hospital, but rather a palace. And I don't even really think palaces are palaces. The only reason for so many rooms and windows are some sort of hotel or hospitality. Again, they might have made this into a university if somebody had chosen to designate it this. But instead, they would demolish it. No other need could be found. Here we can see it from above. It really reminds...
Whoa. Just massive, man. Just massive. I mean, what are we looking at, right? That is the question, man. The only thing that comes to mind, I will share some scripture with you if you give me just 1 second. Hold on. All right, man, let's see if we can make some sense out of it, man. We're going to rock with wisdom and see what we can get, right? We do know that we're talking biblical structures, right? That's all we're talking, because they're all over the place. All right, everybody was building like this. Now, they will have you think that, biblical times were BC and AD. And what we're saying at Drop Nation, and what Anatoly Fomenko is saying, a renowned Russian chronographer and mathematician. There are others, that says that, our timeline has been stretched out, right? And so we're saying that everything that happened in Scripture wasn't that long ago. And we're going as far back as 1200s. All right? We're talking Joshua, right? We're talking Joshua taking back over the land, right? Shem's lot, right? And so, as you'll see in Scripture, man, we inherited these old world structures. But who were they? Who owned them before we took them over? That is the question. All right, it says, Deuteronomy chapter 2, then we turned and journeyed into the wilderness of the way of the Red Sea. All right, stay with me. All right, as the Most High spoke to me, and we skirted Mount Seir, or the Sierra Nevada mountains, for many days, right? And the Most High spoke to me, saying, you have skirted this mountain long enough, turn northward. All right, now northward in Strong's Concordance can mean an unknown territory. Follow me. And command the people, saying, you're about to pass through the territory of your brethren, the descendants of Esau, who live in Seir, and they will be afraid of you. Therefore watch yourselves carefully, Shalaki. Do not meddle with them, for I will not give you any of their land. So Esau still got land over here. Esau been over here, all right? No, not so much as one footstep. Because I have given Mount Seir to Esau as a possession. You shall buy food from them with money, that you may eat. You shall also buy water, mem, from them with money, that you may drink. Verse 7, for the Most High, your power, has blessed you in all the work of your hand. He knows your trudging through this great wilderness. These 40 years, the Most High, your power, has been with you. You have lacked nothing. And when we pass beyond our brethren, the descendants of Esau, who dwell in Seir, away from the road of the plain, away from Elath and Ezion, Geber, we turn and pass by the way of the wilderness of Moab, All right? Stay with me. All right. And then the Most High said to me, do not harass Moab, nor contend with them in battle, for I will not give you any of their land as a possession, because I have given Ar, the descendants of Lot, as a possession. All right? The Emim had dwelt there in past times, a people as great and numerous and tall as the Anakim. They were also regarded as giants. There you go. Now we're cooking. Like the Anakim, but the Moabites called them the Emim. The Horites, all right? We're just talking to Bigfoots, formerly dwelt in Seir, all right? These the people that Esau, or the beast that Esau was mingling with. But the descendants of Esau dispossessed them and destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their place, just as Israel did. Let me get it again. Just as Israel did to the land of their possession, which the Most High gave them. You see that? You see that, don't you? Now it's starting to look clearer. We inherited these structures, mostly from giants. Now rise and cross over the valley of Zered. So we crossed over the valley of the Zered. And the time we took to come to Kadesh Barnea until we crossed over the valley of the Zered was 38 years, until all the generation of the men of war was consumed from the midst of the camp, just as the Most High had sworn to them. For indeed the hand of the Most High was against them to destroy them from the midst of the camp until they were consumed. All right? And so the Most High don't play. So it was, when all the men of war had finally perished from among the people, that the Most High spoke to me, saying, this day you are to cross over at Ar, the boundary of Moab. And when you come near the people of Ammon, right, Moab's brother, do not harass them or meddle with them, for I will not give you any of the land of the people of Ammon as a possession, because I have given it to the descendants of Lot as a possession. What's going on with Lot's children? Huh? That was also regarded as the land of giants. Giants formerly dwelt there. But the Ammonites called them Zamzummim, a people as great and numerous, as tall as the Anakim. But the Most High destroyed them before them, and they dispossessed them and dwelt in their place, just as he had done for the descendants of Esau who dwelt in Seir. When he destroyed the Horites, right, from before them, they dispossessed them and dwelt in their place even to this day. So Ammon's here too, huh? All right. And so you see what's going on? So it seems like we inherited these structures, right? All right. This is Penn Station, all right? New York City, Pennsylvania station, right? Now look at it. Huh? You let me know. Giants? Or no giants? I'm just saying. Because we know they didn't build it. All right? Now that's a big ass archway. I must say. Wow. All right, so y'all let me know. And you can just tell this thing probably go well underground. But yeah, that's no way in hell human hands built this right here, right? No way. All right. All right, we're at stolenhistory.org, right? Insane Asylums of the United States, Canada, UK, and they were all in the Canada as well, and the UK. Like I said, they were all over. You know, it's a wonder how you got insane asylums popping off in the 1800s all across the face of the planet, overseas as well. I mean, it's just bizarre. I think we know what's going on here, but it says, as our so-called Messina earthquake of 1908, you see that? I told you. That was one that came right behind the one in 1812. These are biblical resets, right? This is the hand of the Most High. This is the Most High's work. It's all through Scripture. All right, he been doing it. He don't change. Demonstrated there's a high probability that the event did cause some people to go completely insane. Okay, I get that. But also maybe depopulate some motherfuckers. No, really. Very similar instances were noted during the New Madrid earthquake. Okay, popping off in Caracas, Venezuela. Events of 1811, 1812. It was some major damage all across the face of the plane during this time period. All right. I mean, the information is out there. You just gotta look. Just look into 1800 and froze to death, because after all this popped off, it kind of fucked up the the ecosystem. Look it up. 1800 and froze to death over here. in Amarukhan. All right. During the 1811, 1812, Tecumseh's Comet, an earthquake, you got the Mississippi running backwards. All right. It's popping off. All right, in this thread, I wanted to bring up some of the most elaborate insane asylum buildings constructed in the United States and other countries. Most of these buildings were allegedly produced, listen now, between 1850 and 1900. Remember, Grandma and them used to tell you, if you tell one lie, you got to keep telling. A lie begets a lie begets a lie. All right. With a few built somewhat earlier. Yeah, right. Some of them either do not exist any longer or were remodeled or refurbished, which is exactly what we see. All right. There go that Napa Cali. You know, that's Khalifa. That's Khalifa right there. Let me find out. You feel me? All right, you got this in Danvers, Massachusetts. You feel me? What's going on here? Whose damn crib is this right here? In Massachusetts. What tribe was rocking in Massachusetts? If I said that right. All right. Popping off in New York, huh? What's that, Iroquois? All right, man, you can see, man, these things were just massive. Just massive. You dig? I mean, wow. All right, man, we're going to take a look, man, already, man. This is New York. This is popping off in New York, man. We're just going to recon some photos. Again, they want us to believe that these people at the bottom are responsible. And you can see the damn thing sitting in the ground, right? Amazing structure right here. Look at that. Look at that. They don't know what's going on. Very strange. We're just doing some recon on these insane asylums. And I mean, man, they were just all over the place. Here, we're in New Orleans. All right. Again, they always seem to be maybe like one person hanging around, few people. All right. A few heathens are usually staged, you know, to make it seem like they running shit. But clearly, they were just trying to figure shit out. A lot of procreating was going on in these buildings, structures, rape, torture, you name it. Ice baths, I heard, being strapped down as to where so long the skin began to grow over the strap. The reports are just astounding, right? This was just pure evil going on, right? All right, I'm not sure what this one is. I want to say New York again. But again, man, just massive, right? I mean, this really just takes the cake, right? Who in the hell built these structures? And what were they used for, huh? I mean, they were just massive, man. Just look at it. Wow. All right. We're in the state of Utah. Utah. All right. I mean, just sitting behind some mountains, right? Just tucked off, right? This one is very, very interesting, right? As you can see, very massive. Built similar, just like the rest of them. And again, we can only speculate why so many rooms, right? Could whole tribes have been staying in these buildings? Possible. All right. This one is very interesting because voila. Yes. It came equipped with its own amphitheater, right? But this is an alleged insane asylum. All right? This motherfucker got a whole amphitheater, right? But they want us to believe that this is an insane asylum. Woo! All right, the gig is up. All right, we're popping off in New Jersey. New Jersey, huh? They were all over, man. Yo, I'm talking hundreds. All right, New York. We're back in New York. And so, again, we got one person, always a few horse and buggy people are staged in front of them, right? Perhaps this shit looks regal. All right? Or perhaps this was a Naga castle. Look at it. Real talk now. Look at it. All right. I want to say we're up in Canada, right? I mean, just massive, right? Wow. I mean, it's bigger than the whole picture, man. Wow. Wow. All right, man. I want to say this one is in Canada also. I'm not too sure, but nonetheless, man, just magnificent. And I mean, you know, they were in the middle of nowhere. All right. Some of them are even alleged to be hooked up to sub tunnels or what have you. And so very mysterious indeed. Whose crib is this? Huh? All right. I want to say this is Danvers, Massachusetts. All right. All right. Now, they built these things allegedly within 5 years. Some of them even within a year, right? But they built these World Fair structures, right? In less than that with chicken wire and plaster and horsehair and shit, right? So you see what's going on? The history in which we've been taught that actually goes back no more than 200 years is completely contrived and false. You do understand that, don't you? Talk to me. All right, again, we're popping off in Ohio, right? Athens, Ohio. Man, this was somebody's damn crib, man. I'm convinced. Whose damn crib is this in Ohio? Complete with a Madison Square Garden. All right, we're kicking off in Foxborough, Massachusetts, if I said that right. But here, like I said, man, you had smaller ones that were equally, magnificent. All right. All we're saying is not only who built these magnificent structures, but whose damn cribs is these right here? Huh? All right, man, I don't know what this one is. I know it's in somewhere in North America. I want to say Chicago or Detroit. I think this one is Detroit right here, if I'm not mistaken. But just to see on the inside, right? I mean, just magnificent. But they built these motherfucking buildings right here for insane people. No, that's insane to even let that come out your mouth. That's what's insane. Some would call it Moorish style of building. We just simply call it a biblical style of building, right? Because some of these buildings were fitted for giants. All right, facts. All right, now here's a side view of the same building. I think this is Detroit, same building, and voila. Yeah, buddy, I think we've been lied to big time. Big time. Yep. Wow. All right, what we got here, man? Look here. Shit. All right. Worcester, Massachusetts, State Insane Hospital, 1905. I mean, how many insane people was it? God damn. That you would build a magnificent structure like this right here. It just don't make no sense whatsoever. And guess what? We don't believe you. All right, Con. Like I said, man, this research, this could be a part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because these structures were everywhere, right? When you dig into the insane asylum, you're going to start to see a whole bunch of it pop up. All right, this is in Detroit. Wow. I'm gonna dig on Detroit too, man. We're gonna do some old world Detroit, because I see some amazing things popping off in Detroit. I might have to lean on Captain Kirk for that one. I think I've seen some on his channel. But shout out to all the mud flooders, man. It's always a pleasure to dig on it. It never gets old with me. Just, now we are able to see the deception, right? And, somewhat understand what went on. Everybody, everybody digging on it and bringing new things to the table. It's just an exciting time. What a time to be alive. All right. But this concludes it. Just know right here, right now, today, with me, that these were no damn insane asylums, right? I'm gonna just be on the safe side and say we don't know what the hell they was. But one thing is for sure, we damn sure know who didn't build them. All right, 9 Spiral signing out. Wow.